This is Pepe. What you doing, Pepe? And that's Mom, Sandy. And we got Fitzy underneath the tractor. That's the other one that belongs to Sandy. And then Rhino, with the little white tip. These are all Sandy's little ones, and her. So that's the entire mom little ones. Let's see what they eat. That's one of the. Yeah, that one's gone. They tore one of my fruit trees up. So. Cute little guys. Well, this is one of many videos we're going to start resuming. Welcome to the Rosnack Retreat, aka the 20, but this is not the 20. This is actually the homestead. We built this here entirely of pallets. I'm going to try not waste your time too much here because I know a lot of videos can get long-winded. All right, if you take a look here, I use extra long screws, and I've run it through. See, and then if you look here, well, it's hard to see. If you look there, you can see where I've actually used some screws here. See? Now I use the deck screws. The reason why I use deck screws is because they last longer. They're rust resistant, and you can usually not strip out the heads and pull them out and reuse them. So that's a very, very important aspect of using deck screws. So you get more bang for your buck. They're more expensive, but you do get more bang for your buck. So if you look at this entire enclosure, this entire garden enclosure, to keep the goats out, obviously, was built with salvaged pallets. Okay? So, rather interesting. Didn't take too long. Then there's another way of securing your posts, obviously. And that is, if you look, landscape timbers basically slide nicely in between and into the ground. So it gives it an added level of security. So you can basically put some screws, some deck screws here, and you can run some deck screws on the outskirts here. So as you can see how the gate's attached. Sorry, I moved the camera around a little bit, but I'm using the phone today. I got my video camera is on the fritz. But as you can see, this is a nice large area secured from the goats. Now, if you notice, there's not much vegetation on the ground. We put cardboard down to mulch it down. But what we did is to determine whether it was goat proof, is we actually locked all of our goats in this area. There are only 2 that got out, and that was out in that area there. You see there where the what do you call it? And they were babies. They're bigger now, so they can't get in. But yeah, so to prove that it was goat proof to ourselves, we locked up the goats in here and see if they could get out, and they didn't. The first day they did, however, I got to admit that mistake, and that's because I didn't put enough screws on that side, in between these 2 pallets here, this pallet here and this one here. So they actually were able to knock the pallet down and get out. But after I secured that one pallet, everything was, again, we kept them locked up in here for 3 or 4 days. Fed them food, had water in here, and let them go to town and just eat everything in sight. Pigs do a better job to a certain extent, but they're highly destructive, and there's no way in the world this would keep them in there unless I put a whole bunch more timbers like in between each and every pallet. That's the only way you're going to keep pigs in here. Trust me, I've raised pigs, whatever, and I had a couple of shots of pigs and stuff like that. So we're going to keep this down to a minimum for this video. But I wanted to show you what our secure garden area looks like. Let's walk around here. And of course, we have our Meyer lemon tree fenced off because they're eating the Meyer lemon. There's another Meyer lemon they're eating. And you can see the ding-dings. Dopey goats, get away from the Persian lime and stop scratching your... Dopey. Scoot. Stop removing the bark off the tree and scratch. You want your horn scratched? You come over here and I'll scratch in between your... Yeah, your skid is just like Mom is sometimes. Patch, what are you doing, Patch? All right. Belle, okay. That's Patch and Huddy. All right, this was one of our original raised gardens, and as you notice, I started a fence line here attached off the main garden, and we're basically going to attach it to the house here, and then we're going to basically fence off the entire front yard from the goats, so that we can turn the entire front yard into a food and self-sustenance area. Well, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cast off this video, basically call it a quits for this video. And let's take a look at the goats. Goats are always interesting to watch. That's Daisy the dog. And let's see, is this the entire family? We've had some tragedies. We've had extremely bad luck with male goats passing away for one reason or another. We had this one little black goat who is the brother of those two over there, as you can see. And he got everyone pregnant. We had 4 female goats. He got the sisters pregnant. He got this big one pregnant. He got the big black one back there, and he was probably about as big as that one black one right there in between them, in the center there. And we went from a family of 4 goats back to a family of 11 goats. So we grew our herd twofold practically overnight. You know, it takes several months, but. And Sandy had 3. She likes to be a overachiever. She's also the biggest stinker, and she's the alpha female out here, so. And she can be kind of aggressive at times with the others. So, that being said, watching little goats graze and eat the grass. So, this is the Rosnack Retreat. My name is Wayne Rosnack. My wife's Melissa Rosnack. And we hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll be having a lot more videos and information to come. Take care, Godspeed, God bless.